Hello everyone, my name is Nazwa Alifa Nurjamilah and I am from class E. Today I will tell you about my reflection studying phonetics and phonology. My reflection during my phonetics and phonology course, I went through a learning process that was both memorable and quite challenging. At the beginning of the semester, I was introduced to various basic concepts such as the classification of consonant and vowels, IPA symbol, minimal pair, and the difference between phonemes and allophones. In addition, we also learned about intonation and the syllable structure of English. At first, all the term and symbol felt unfamiliar and confusing. But gradually I began to understand how each concept was connected to one another. Through this learning process, I began to understand how speech sounds are produced, how to distinguish phonemes from allophones, and how to read and use IPA symbol correctly. I also learned to analyze stress and intonation, which I had rarely paid attention to when speaking English before. It turns out that small aspects such as word stress and rising or falling intonation have a significant impact on meaning and clarity in speech. All these concepts made me realize how important phonetics and phonology are in everyday life. My understanding developed through consistent transcription practice, analysis sound, example, class discussion, and feedback from my lecture. I also feel that my critical and analytical thinking skill have become more refined. Of course, this learning journey was not always easy. One of the biggest challenges for me was distinguish sounds that are very similar, especially English vowels. Mastering IPA symbol also required time and repeated practice. Some phonological patterns were difficult to understand at first. However, through intensive practice, listening to examples repeatedly, seeking additional learning resources, and asking questions whenever I was confused, I was eventually able to overcome those challenges. In the future, I want to apply all the knowledge I have learned to both my academic life and my communication skill. I hope to improve my pronunciation, analyze sound data more effectively, and understand phonological patterns in different languages. I realize that there are still many things I need to learn. I still need to improve my ability to distinguish similar powers, use IPS symbol consistently, understand phonological processes, and analyze intonation in unfamiliar languages. Therefore, I plan to continue reviewing the materials, practicing more actively, seeking feedback when needed, and apply phonological concepts to real examples so that my understanding become more solid. Through this experience, I feel that learning phonetics and phonology is not just about language theory, but also about understanding how humans produce speech. This experience was truly broadened my perspective on language and made me even more interested in studying linguistics more deeply. Maybe that's my reflection, and thank you for listening.